evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Missosology Beauty Talks. And tonight we are joined by former Missosology correspondent and Miss International Marketing Manager Stephen Diaz. Hi, Stephen. How are you?
Hello, just back from a very long day. How are
It's
you?
been. I'm good too. It's been a while since our last
Didn't
live
sleep that
session.
well last night because of the Miss Universe Thailand thing.
Yep. So before we start our beauty talks, we just want to congratulate the new Miss Universe Thailand, Miss Amanda Obdam. Very pretty, and we wish her well in her journey to Miss Universe.
And
So,
congratulations to Missosology. You guys rock. You predicted the winner correctly for the second straight
thank
year.
you. Yeah, we've predicted the winner for 2 straight years already, so
Good job, guys.
hopefully we'll do good in the next predictions. But going back to our interview today, we
Today
we
is really very
are
exciting.
it's very exciting because it's Miss Earth season, and there's
Hmm.
no better way to kick off the Miss Earth season than to interview one of the most popular Miss Earth winners in history and one of the most requested guests for Missology Beauty Talks. Let's welcome India's first and so far only Miss Earth winner, Miss Nicole Faria. Hi, Nicole.
Hi.
How are you? It's nice to finally have you on Mississology Beauty Talks.
It's good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Looking gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yes. So it's been almost a decade since you won Miss Earth. So how's life been?
Oh my God, 10 years is a lot. There's a lot that's happened in these past 10 years. Life's been awesome. I got married in this beginning of the year. So
Congratulations.
thank you. I've adopted a cat, a 16-year-old cat. Just giving him his last few days or weeks or maybe years of his life. He's right here. I'm going to introduce you to my little mag.
Oh, so cute.
Camera shy.
What type of cat is it? Or what
He is
kind of cat?
He's a Persian cat. He
Persian.
had fur matted down to his skin, so I needed to shave him. So that's why I'm wearing a little sweater because he feels a little cold. It's raining in India. So it's a little chilly here, but he's doing okay.
Where in India are you now, Nicole?
I'm in Bangalore, my hometown.
Okay.
Mhm. So for our first question, this would sound cliche to you and must have been asked you many times, but how has winning the Miss Earth crown changed your life?
Oh my God. Miss Earth basically gave me a voice, gave me a platform to work on all the topics that I wanted to touch. Primarily, climate change, primarily the earth, our environment, and everything that it's going through. I won when I was 20 years old. So, people took me a lot more seriously then. Because of the title, I got to meet very influential people, got to travel the world, and got to meet, like I said, very, very influential people that helped me sort of voice my opinion.
So before we tackle more about your reign as Miss Earth, I just want to know, growing up in your hometown in Bangalore, did you ever see yourself becoming a beauty queen?
No. To tell you frankly, I got into modeling when I was 13 years old because I thought it would be a stepping stone into, getting into the film industry. And then I realized when I started modeling, I realized that the modeling industry and the film fraternity were very, very different industries. Although they're both glamour industries, they were so, so different from each other. Then when I started modeling, I got so engrossed in it. I didn't look back. There was nothing else that I wanted to do. After which, my dad told me to sort of, join Miss India, go for pageants. And I thought, hey, what do I have to lose? And here I am.
So aside from your dad, what motivated you to join Miss India?
I guess he was my sort of push. He sort of nudged me into that direction. Honestly didn't really think of getting into pageants or anything. Sorry, I'm a little wet from the rain. I came running back to my house from work.
No worries.
But my dad sort of coached me with my mind. My mom sort of groomed me with the external factors, how to do my makeup, what to wear, how to sit, how to eat at a table, basically grooming etiquette. And I think the combination of the two sort of merged so beautifully. I'm so happy to have such an amazing support system. And I'm so thankful for going for Miss India and then, stepping into the international arena and sort of creating history with Miss Earth.
Yeah, Miss India is probably one of the biggest national pageants in the world, and also one of the most anticipated national pageants by pageant fans. So, how was it competing in that of a big pageant
It
at a
was
young
so,
age?
it was so ecstatic. I was 19 years old when I won Miss India South. I was just a baby, but I took, my baby steps, sort of grew, molded myself into the industry. And the pageant industry is so different from that of the film and the modeling industry.
Yes,
So, all in all, I think it was a super experience. Everyone watching, all girls who want to sort of, young aspirants who want to get into the pageant industry, go for it. You're, sort of put your best foot forward and just have fun with it. It's just been an amazing journey for me.
yeah. You mentioned earlier that there's nothing to lose if you join Miss India, but almost all of the contestants always aim for the top crown when they join a national pageant. But when you were named as Miss India Earth, what was running through your mind?
I honestly thought I was going to be Miss India World. So when I got Miss India Earth, it was I was a little taken aback at first, but then I realized no one from India had ever won the crown Miss Earth from India.
Yes.
And I said, you know what? I am going to create history. And the power of visualization is so powerful. It's something that's so beautiful, and it sort of helped me, envision myself with that crown. And that's what I did. And I'm so happy that things, turned out the way they did.
Yeah, and it happened.
It finally happened.
Yeah. But going into the national pageant, how did you prepare, knowing that there was no pressure because no Indian has ever won, but some sort. How did you prepare to going into Vietnam for the Miss Earth pageant?
So my mom, like I said earlier, my mom did all of the grooming part of it for me. My dad helped with my public speaking, with my training. He was my mind coach, and I had started modeling at the age of 13. So walking the ramp was as easy. It was like second skin to me. So I sort of had an amazing support system. I traveled a lot. I watched my diet, my fitness regime, got a personal trainer. When I went to Miss Earth, I didn't look at anyone as my competition, although all the girls were so beautiful. And, it was never like, oh my God, do I have a chance with, look at her, she's so beautiful. It was never like that. I was there to make friends. I was there to have fun. Yes. And then when I won the talent round, I guess that was some sort of a nudge for me to sort of, that confidence boost of, getting some sort of a subtitle. And especially, people in India, a lot of my friends told me, Nicole, why are you going to do belly dance? There's a lot of, girls who, when they start walking, they sort of learn to belly dance from Middle Eastern countries and stuff. So why are you picking this? Do something else. And, I disagree with that completely, because when I won, I felt so excited. It's something that I was so passionate about. Something that I've always loved to do is dancing. And I incorporated it with the fusion of, Bharatnatyam and belly dance. And it sort of worked in my favor. I'm so happy. So my message to all those who are listening is, go with what your gut tells you. Go with the feel of it and just have fun along the way. And you do anything with confidence, you've got all the points.
Let us remind, by the way, the audience or our people who are watching right now the live interview, that This was 2010, and when we say best in talent, this was the time when only one girl gets the
The
award for
award.
best in talent. Because nowadays we have best in talent based on which group
Groups.
you belong or which continent you belong, if I'm not mistaken. But this was like best in talent among all the delegates.
Yes.
So that is really quite an achievement. That's really big
Thank
because
you.
you are the best among all when it comes to talent.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I'll be
Can you still do that? You can still do the belly dancing.
A little bit, I guess. But I have to tell you something. I practiced my belly dance routine an hour before I got onto my flight.
No way.
oh,
I know. That's why I said, if there's something that you really love, just go ahead and do it. It's just have fun along the way.
That's quite a trivia, Drew.
yeah. This a nice bit of information.
Yeah, who would have thought that you would win best in talent just 1 hour of practice before your flight to your
Yes.
actual?
Oh, and I was second guessing. I said, "Oh, should I do this? Should I not do this? Am I making a mistake?" But I just went ahead and did it. It was a lot of fun. I'm so happy that I did.
There it goes again, my theory that if it's really meant for you, it's really meant for you,
It's
no
meant
matter
for
what.
you. Agree.
It's really meant.
Yeah. Now going back, what were your fondest memories when you were in Vietnam competing in Miss Earth?
Oh my God, meeting, girls, the most beautiful women from all across the world under one umbrella. It was so ecstatic. Oh my God, these photographs.
Yeah. Our surprise for you.
Oh my God, I'm wearing my Aya here. Oh my God, this takes me back to all of the days there. This is so amazing.
Yes. The first photo was during your Aodai competition, I think,
Yes, yes. Oh my
and the
God,
evening gown
Really
competition.
very beautiful. So stunning in white.
my waist was 22.
Wow.
I'm not gonna ask how
I have that waistline
what's her
anymore.
weight now.
Yeah. So going back, what were your fondest memories when you were in Vietnam?
Just sort of meeting all the girls, getting to know everyone, getting to know a mix of cultures, traditions. Can you just give me 1 minute?
Sure.
Yeah, sure, we're gonna show these photos. Let's flash the photos first.
Yeah.
Drew.
So this was during the Miss Earth in 2010 in Vietnam. So these are some of
Do you
Nicole's
believe that she
lovely
only has
photos.
22 inches waistline?
Yep. The first photo here
Oh, there it is.
is the talent competition.
The one that she won
Yes, the one that she
with
won.
only 1 hour of practice before the flight.
Yeah. I think Nicole hasn't aged a bit.
I know. She's like she just looked a little bit more mature, but I mean it in a good way. Like now because back then she was only 20 years old and
Mhm.
it's really different. But now she just looked more, I think, more confident, and the longer she has probably exposed herself with show business and modeling, then here we go. Here she's back now. We're just discussing
Yeah, she's
about
back.
how you have not changed that much
Oh, sweet.
since
Thank
10
you.
years ago.
Thank you.
So we were showing this photo earlier, the
The
one where you
talent
won
photo.
the talent, I think.
Oh my God, I still have those wings.
Wow.
My outfit. Wow.
Mhm.
When
It's
you're
really
20 years old and you're experiencing all of these things, in just a flash, you're in a different country, then you're probably feeling that you're in an amusement park. It's like a kid being in an amusement park. You're just so happy and just everything is so new. Everything is just so jubilant. Everything is just flashing here and there. And I was
Absolutely.
wondering how is a 20-year-old young woman absorbing all of this attention and being exposed in a totally different country.
You
I
know,
mean,
you put
back
it exactly. You put it exactly like the nail on the head. You hit it like the nail on the head. It was just that. I was so amazed by where I was. It was a new country, traveling all on my own for the first time in my life. Otherwise for my modeling projects, I always had a manager traveling with me or other girls that I knew. But here I was going to compete with, women from other countries. And it was just me representing my country was a lot of pressure. But at the same time, when I landed and when I walked into the hotel, there were just such warm faces, such warm smiles lit up the room. It was this feeling of being welcomed more than pressure than anything. And I guess that's what sort of made the journey a little, easier for me. Just making friends along the way, having all of the media, follow us wherever we go, our chaperones with us everywhere we went. It was, and the food and the people, the cultures, it's just a mix of so many different things all at once. And you put it well, your brain's like a sponge at that age. You absorb everything so quickly, and you sort of learn to adapt, I guess.
Back in 2010, you were one of the front runners for the Miss Earth title. But at what point in the competition did you realize that you actually have a shot at winning the title?
I guess when I was on stage, finals, the night of the finals, when I was about to walk on the stage, where we did the dance?
Yes.
It was Rihanna's song.
Oh, yeah. I remember that because I remember Miss Jamaica.
Miss Jamaica, yes.
I loved Miss Jamaica the most. Her energy, and she just came onto stage with a big bang. And her energy was so contagious. You just wanted to dance. It just felt so overwhelming. It was, I could see my parents from where I was standing right when I came on the stage. So my mom was the only one in a red sari. So she was so
She was a
easy.
standout.
Crowd. She stood out from the crowd. That's for sure. But I guess when I came on, my name was, oh my goodness, my name was called out last for every round.
Mm-hmm.
That was so nerve-wracking for me because I just stood there and I was like, are they going to say India? Are they going to say India? And then, my name was the 14th name called out. And then for each round, my name was the last name called out. I mean, my country was the last name called out. And I guess when I made it through the first round, I was like, we got this. We're doing this. And then, when I went backstage, I sort of closed my eyes. This was right before the Q&A round. I closed my eyes and I envisioned the crown being put on my head and me being, called Miss Earth 2010. And are you guys there?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, we're here. Just want to focus more on you.
I closed my eyes, opened them, and I'm gone.
We were just focusing on you.
Yeah, we just want to focus because I guess the people would rather look at you than us.
So I sort of just went on a stage and I opened my eyes, walked on the stage, and it just played out the way I envisioned it. The power of visualization is so strong, and everyone should do that. It is just remarkable, and it's just so amazing. It's magical.
So if I just butt in, I'm sure that Drew would want to ask this question, but since we are on that topic right now, who do you think was your closest competition when you're already competing in Miss Earth? Yes.
There were a lot of girls, to tell you frankly. There was not just one. There were a lot of girls who were really good. Miss Venezuela was beautiful. Miss Puerto Rico was also so gorgeous. There were a lot of girls. Miss Philippines, my goodness, there's each one has their own beauty, their own trait, something that you sort of look at and say, wow, there's something really nice about her. And I guess everyone had their own quirks, but these are my top three.
Okay.
Venezuela was
Venezuela.
if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. But who was the Drew? Like, refresh my memory. Did Missosology have a final hot picks of?
Yeah, I think it was Nicole.
Oh,
yes.
It was
I know
you.
I've always been right about their predictions, and that's why I used to follow you guys from Miss India days and just sort of just to see, because it sort of gives you a chance. It sort of gives you some sort of like a nudge in the right direction. So just to see, because you guys have the eye for everything beauty related, and you've been right about all your predictions from the beginning of time. up until now. It's been 10 years. So, wow.
I think 10,000, 10,000, sorry, 2010. I'm sorry, 2010 was one of the easiest picks. You know, it was
I
so obvious
agree.
you were gonna win. The next one would be 2013 when Miss
Ali
Venezuela
Henry.
won, and after the rest we're so bad.
Unpredictable. Yeah.
We were just so bad. That's why, like 2010, I would remember 2010 because it's like it's a victory in itself that we were able to predict you correctly. But I think it wasn't a surprise as well because
But thank you for that, because that gave me the confidence and it made me believe in myself and it made me want to push myself to, to get the crown more.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. And I just want to add, that's the point of the hot picks. The hot picks are
Mm,
not meant to predict who wins, but to inspire those who are competing
mm.
to do better. Because what we write on the hot picks are not just the good words. We also write constructive criticisms in order for the girls to improve going into the finals.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, I'm being honest. I would go through the comment section and then I would just close my eyes and my mom would read them. And she would tell me, this is constructive criticism, just because someone told me something about the green lenses. And then I said, I'm not wearing the green lenses. And then, you all sort of helped me in every way possible to want to win.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
and I had
2010.
and all of the threads, there were a lot of people, there were comment section when you
Yes.
go there, you see people fighting for you and people fighting against you, but then more people fighting for you. And I think that was just so, it was so touching to know that there are people that care about you,
Again, let's remind the people that we are talking about 2010 here. We didn't have Instagram back then. Our Facebook was not yet that famous, so we only had the Missosology forum,
Forum.
where all the cat fights. I'm sorry for the term.
Absolutely.
Where all the fans gather together and fight for their bets, and they discuss everything here, left and right. The forum is still alive; it's still there, but not as intense as it was back in 2010.
And I remember it was 2010 was the first time that I joined the forum, Missosology forum. I was not yet a part. I was not a part of the core team back then, and the first prediction that I ever wrote in the forum was for Miss Earth 2010, and then I wrote Nicole as the winner, and then someone replied to my thread and said, "No, that's not gonna happen. You're just a newbie." And I was so disheartened because as a newbie, I don't have a voice. But I was vindicated when you won.
Wow, look, I know. Thank you for believing in me.
Yeah. So now going back, you've mentioned about the final. So when the host announced that Miss Earth 2010 is India, what was your reaction?
Oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps right now thinking about that.
And there was a moment.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God, it just takes me back to 2010. I was looking directly at my parents and I remember screaming out when my mom came running up the stage. I remember screaming out, "Mama Earth, we did it!" And it was just so amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I
It's
didn't
always
cry.
nice to look back.
This was such an amazing moment for me.
Yeah.
I
Who was
love
your
I love
winner?
this set of winners. One of the
Yep.
reasons why I really love this set of winners because it's so different from the past set of winners where there's either always Venezuela or Brazil or Philippines in the top
Yes.
four. But none of those three countries are actually in the top four. It's just like a refreshing like view to see, with Thailand, with Ecuador, India, and Puerto Rico. Yeah.
Yeah. And we have to
Yeah.
add, Stephen, this was the first time that Miss Earth was held outside the Philippines.
That's true.
Oh
That's
yes.
true. The first and only time back then, and I mean, like the first and only. What was you gonna say?
First only
No,
pageant.
because it was supposed to be held in Thailand. That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
The
A year
following
later,
year
it
was
was
supposed to be held in
in
Thailand.
Thailand, right? Oh yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
I went blank.
Mm. So you were one of the youngest Miss Earth winners at 20 years old. So winning at 20 years old, how does it feel to be a role model at such a young age?
it was so amazing. I mean, because I was a kid myself. I was still learning. I was still growing,
Mm,
and I guess, like I said earlier, it was having a voice at a young age, people taking you seriously, because people look at you as a 20-year-old and say, she's just a kid. Why do we need to listen to her? But there
mm,
I was, given that platform, having people believe in me, having people take me seriously, meeting, government officials from different countries, and basically having that voice to do something, to help people, to sort of make a change, make a difference in this world.
mhm,
And that I think that was my most that's something that I cherish.
mhm.
I truly
Yeah.
cherish.
So you mentioned that you being Miss Earth has given you a voice, and during your reign, you have done a lot of philanthropic duties and environmental awareness campaigns. So what what um, what was your most memorable moment as a reigning title holder in Miss Earth?
I guess there have been so many moments. I've traveled to so many countries, done so many environmental projects, but I think one that stands out to me is in Thailand, when we went to the flood victims and we sort of gave them essentials like rice, food, water, toothbrush, toothpaste, just all the essentials, and sort of rebuilding their lives. And that sort
Mhm,
of touched me in a totally different way, because being such a, being so young and sort of doing something to help someone progress, help someone rebuild their lives was a really touching moment. People had their dogs up in like these little tubs and sort of walking, and the water was like so high, and we were literally in boats going from place to place, distributing food and essentials. And I think that was one of my most touching moments. That's something that really stands out in my memory.
mm. And I think this was one of those moments
Yes, it
that was
was.
held.
Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
with your elemental queens, and you also planted trees. Yeah, you're not the Miss Earth title holder if you didn't plant trees.
And one more moment was this photograph on the right was taken in Finland, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
yeah.
And I guess why that was most important to me was because of the target that we wanted to plant 100 million trees by 2007. I mean, 2017. But it was only 2010 then, and that was a great initiative. Also, I thought I would meet Dr. Jane Goodall, who was supposed to be there, but she couldn't come due to, she had some sort of illness. And I read out a letter on her behalf that she had written. So I think that was also something
Mhm.
that was really
That's nice. And now at this point, I want to flash a very special photo. It
okay.
was your final walk as Miss Earth 2011. So how does one prepare for that day that you're going to pass the crown that you've worked hard for?
To tell you frankly, mixed emotions. Mixed, A, because your journey has sort of ended, and
Mhm,
happy because someone else gets to experience that. I would have been in one of those girls' shoes at that point, wondering, am I gonna win tonight? What's happening? Sort of a thing. And just sort of going backstage, prepping the girls, telling them to put their best foot forward and just have fun with it. It's,
mhm,
I guess, being a mentor to them, having, gone through that whole experience and passing it on to somebody else. That I think was something that I really cherished.
mhm. That you put it so well. Being happy for someone who will be able to experience the same experiences that you had. Yeah. At this
Absolutely.
point, before we move forward to the next segment of the interview, I just want to give a shout out to some of our viewers. Um,
Okay.
Park Rin said, from day one of Miss Earth 2010, the crown is hers. She just went there to claim it.
Oh, sweet. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank you,
And
Clark.
another one from Ujwal Kiran. She just went for it. And how?
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's so nice to hear you.
Naresh, the most loving Miss Earth winner.
Thank you so much, Naresh.
Yep. And Aris, beautiful Nicole.
Hello. Thank you.
Yep. And Popo, still gorgeous and beautiful.
Thank you, Popo. So nice
Yeah.
of you.
And guys, if you have questions for Nicole, you can comment down below, and we will try to answer them later. But at this point, I want to move forward to the next segment of our interview, where we'll have a little game, and
Okay.
we'll be asking you to choose between two words, and then just give us a little explanation on why you chose that. Okay,
Okay.
are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, the first word that you're going to choose is related to your final question. Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
Sunrise. Okay. So it hasn't changed.
It hasn't changed.
Yes. Air, water, or fire?
Ooh, I think water.
Water. Mhm. Swimwear or evening gown?
This is a tricky one. I love the beach so much, but I'm going to say evening gown because I like the classics.
Mhm. Beach or mountains? You mentioned
Mount-
already.
Mountains.
Mountains. Okay. Facebook or Instagram?
Instagram.
Instagram. Yeah. And guys, please follow Nicole. What's your handle again, Nicole, on
It's
Instagram?
Nicole Faria 9.
Okay.
Numeric 9.
Money or free time?
Free time.
Free time. Yeah. I can
True.
relate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all. Stephen, do you have anything to add for that?
Um, yes, I have something to ask Nicole because Nicole has probably brought back such prestige into the beauty pageant uh, industry in India because it's been like really a decade of not winning a single pageant since Lara and Priyanka won Miss World and Miss Universe. And you've been placing in some major pageants, but didn't really win until you won in 2010. So, but unfortunately, after you won Miss Earth, India hasn't really figured very well in the next editions of Miss Earth. And this may sound a little bit intriguing, but I just want to know what do you think has been lacking so far in the Indian delegates for Miss Earth that you haven't placed for such a long time now? Because I would really love to see an Indian girl fight for the crown. Because once you hold the mic, you girls, you Indian women, you would definitely just pull the rug off everyone, and then you'll just rock the Q&A or the speech round. So what do you think? What has been lacking? And just based on your like a harmless opinion or something.
I don't really know how to answer that. But I'm going to say, maybe, like I said, it all has to do with your self-confidence, your self-esteem, and envisioning and having that sort of confidence and just going out there and getting it. I think that's primarily what it is.
Mhm. And another popular question that we received from your fans: have you
Okay.
ever thought of becoming the national director or mentor for Miss Earth India?
I've been asked this question so many times that it's actually playing on my mind. I honestly, in all honesty, I would love to do something like that. I would love to
Yeah.
start and sort of, be involved, I guess.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah, and we would love to see you
Yeah. I think
mentor the next Miss Earth India.
your wisdom would be very useful for the next Miss Earth delegate from India.
I hope so. I mean, because having someone who's been through that experience sort of helps, along the way. It helps with the journey.
Mm. And another question from the fans: what advice can you give beauty queens who are afraid to voice their opinion for fears of getting bashed and criticized?
Do not be afraid. Who is going to criticize you? You got to be your own biggest critic. And if one for the critics, you wouldn't sort of push yourself to be better. And if that's what's stopping you, don't let anyone hold you back, because you got to do what you got to do. And if you have a voice, you got to voice your opinion.
Take note, girls. Voice your opinion. Yeah. And now we would want to, at this point, we would want to talk about what you mentioned earlier, because early this year you tied the knot with your longtime partner. So how is your married life so far?
To tell you frankly, I'm so thankful that I got married before COVID hit India,
Mhm.
or hit the world. I got married in Jan. So most 50% of my guest list was from the US because my husband is from the United States.
Mhm.
Um, so all of the guests that flew in from there sort of flew in with ease and flew out. And Rohan had to sort of, his name is Rohan. He had to go back to the US. So we got married, and he stayed for about 10 or 12 days, and then he left. But he surprised me in March, and he sort of just packed himself in a box in my living room. I was staying with my parents then. And he calls me up at 5 a.m. and he says, "Babe, I sent you a package. Can you go check if it's arrived?" So I was like, "Can I go later?" He says, "No, it's really expensive. Can you just check because it's marked delivered? Can you wake up, please?" So I'm still on the phone with him. I go to the living room. My mom has her phone up like that, just staring at me. And I'm like, I'm half asleep, half awake. And I'm trying to open this box. And then my dad's like, "Let me help you." And then he lifts up this box, and there my husband is packed under this huge. He came to surprise me for 3 days, but he got locked down here for 3 months. So
Uh,
guys, to have him here with me. We had so much fun cooking, cleaning, working out, doing our meditation, and playing our PlayStation games. It's just all in all such an amazing experience. He's gone back to the US now. He's working with Google, but
mhm.
I'm so proud of him, and he's going to be back soon.
Yeah. And we hope to see more of you on your
I'm going to
Instagram.
show him
Well, she's gonna show a photo.
Okay.
this.
Hi, hey Rohan.
Uh,
I'm sure he's watching. He's probably watching right now.
Probably watching.
there's an interesting question from one of our fans.
Mhm.
It's from Curson. What are the things that you still kept from the Miss Earth pageant?
My sash. I should have worn my sash for this interview. Oh my god. I have my sash with me. I have all of I'm a sucker for like sentimental things. So I have all of
Mhm.
the little gifts that all the girls gave me from all of their countries, whether it was a lipstick pouch or whether it was a note or a card or anything. I've kept them all as souvenirs. So they're all sort of in a box titled Miss Earth, and all of my evening gowns, all of the costumes that I wore for the talent round, my shoes. I haven't worn those shoes since. I just kept them as they were, and of course my
Oh,
gown.
that's really nice to know. And another question that we also received from Instagram.
Uh-huh.
Miss Earth right now is doing a virtual pageant. So
Yeah.
because of the pandemic. So what is your take on virtual pageants?
I was part of the panel of judges,
Yes, for Miss Philippines Earth.
Miss Philippines Earth. Yes, and
Yes.
I thought it was super amazing. I mean, it's sad that you don't get to walk on stage because that whole feeling of all eyes on you and being up on that platform was very different. But this is like a new generation. It's something it's a new era. Everyone's going digital, everyone's going virtual, and I think it's sort of gives way for a totally different feel to this whole thing.
Yeah. And I just want to ask another question related to that. So how was the experience of judging
Online.
virtually? Yes.
It was so different because all of my meetings and all of my interviews and photo shoots have all been online now, so it
Mhm.
kind of getting used to it. But the whole idea of having virtual pageants is so different, but it's something that's so exciting too because no one's ever done this before, and it's sort of like creating history all over again.
Mhm. And I'm sure some of the contestants this year are would be watching this interview. So what would be your advice to them? What do you want to tell them?
Girls, have fun, put your best foot forward, and know that the sky is the limit. if you believe in yourself, that gives others a chance to believe in you too.
Mm.
So
Okay,
just
take note again. Take note again, girls. And this will probably be my last question related to Miss Earth, because for the longest time, Miss Earth has always been criticized by some sectors as just a pageant that plants trees. So how can you convince them that they are wrong?
that is so wrong, because it's not just about planting trees. It's all about environmental awareness. We went to schools. We went, on radio broadcast, on different radio stations, sort of educating people about the planet and how we can help save the planet. Everything that's happening, especially during the lockdown, there are a lot of dolphin sightings. There are a lot of different birds, different animals, sort of venturing out, into the cities and just sort of having that space for themselves. And I guess in a way, it sort of makes people realize that it's not just it's us humans who are ruining our planet, and a pageant like Miss Earth sort of spreads awareness and builds awareness for people to know how they can help out. So to say that it's just about planting trees is so absolutely wrong. It's so much more than that.
Yeah, and thank you for that, Nicole. And before we move forward to the last part of the interview, unfortunately, I just want to flash one of three of my favorite photos of you during your reign.
Okay.
These were taken by Missosology photographers during the press conference for Miss Earth 2011 in Manila. So
Oh, Manila.
yeah, because
Oh,
I remember when I messaged you, when we messaged you to ask you for the interview, you mentioned that uh, we've connected like years ago. So I rummaged through old photographs of you from Missosology's archives, and these are some of them.
oh wow.
Yeah, and I'm sure our viewers would agree that you still look the same.
Thank you.
Yeah, and now I just want to pass the mic to Stephen for his
My
usual
question.
question.
Yeah, my usual question, which I normally ask to all of our guests here. I want to know, post COVID, or I don't know how could we see the future? We don't really know, but how do we see Nicole in the next 5 years?
This lockdown's actually taught me a lot. I have been doing a lot of animal rescues. There are these people flying kites in residential areas. So I've been doing a lot of bird rescues, a lot of animal rescues. This little kitty cat here is another
Yes.
example of that. And I've taken this time out to do Python coding, so I can sort of code. Now I've done like a beginner's course and a master class. I've also done a bunch of other computer classes. So I'm going tech, and I'm so excited that everything is going virtual now, and this is the future.
Mhm. Yeah. So we're looking forward to that. Any chance
And
that
one
we
more
could see
question,
you
Drew.
again?
I have one more
Okay,
question.
Stephen, go.
Why do you have this infectious smile, Nicole? Your smile is just endless. Like
Thank
I'm just looking at you, and it makes me smile all the time because you just seem so happy. And is it the cat there? Yeah.
Probably. I'm home alone, so
Yeah,
this little company.
I've heard that people who love cats are people who are really happy and very, no, like happy from inside out.
Absolutely. It's not just the cats. I guess it's just being around nature and sort of just respecting it and sort of admiring and sort of observing and being part of it. Just how the world's been created, and how each and every single one of us and each and every single living thing is so spectacular. It's amazing. I have my own vegetable garden now. I pluck from my garden each time I want to eat a salad or make some guacamole. I just go to my garden and sort of get all my ingredients from there. It's been life changing.
Still a Miss Earth even after
Yes, still miss her.
after 10 years, yes. Yeah. And now for our final question. Aside from becoming India's first Miss Earth, how do you want people to remember Nicole Faria?
Wow. I guess more than remembering me for my achievements, it's remembering for me for who I am. I've been so passionate and dedicated towards, helping not just people but animals, and sort of being aware of my environment, and being able to contribute and being the voice of those who are unheard. I guess that's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Thank you for this interview, Nicole.
Thank you so much for
Thank
having me.
you.
So
Yeah.
sad to say bye right now. I was
Uh,
having so
but,
much
yeah.
fun.
But,
We should do it
but
again sometime.
before we say goodbye, again, we just want to give a shout out to a lot of your fans who've been commenting. There's a fan from Vietnam. Hi, Nicole from Hugh, I think,
Hi, Hugh.
Yay.
and Arpacon says hi, hello.
You're from
Oh,
Thailand.
Yep. And another one from Vietnam. Tuan, winner at Vietnam. You still have a lot of fans from where you
They still
won Miss Earth.
remember you.
They still
amazing.
remember you.
Thank you. This is so nice. After 10
Yep.
years, I still have a fan following for Miss
Yeah.
Earth.
From the Guam pageants page, stunning.
Thank you.
Yep. And from Twitter, Adriano Arnaldo just says heart.
Smile with the heart.
And Joe Dar, I really miss you, Nicole.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
hope
miss
you
you.
will visit Philippines again.
I
Maybe one
really.
of those people that you have met in the Philippines when you were here.
I'm gonna bring my husband and definitely come to the Philippines when travel is safe again.
Mm. Oh, I just want to ask, what's the favorite place that you've been to in the Philippines?
Oh my God. I didn't really go to Puerto Princesa, but
Mm,
that's one place I really want to go to. Apart from that, every single place that I was there in, I was going to move to the Philippines, right? I was going to for a year, but then I signed a movie
yes.
contract, so I had to come back to India. I just love the Philippines, and I really want to come back, which is why I think
Oh,
I'm going to bring my husband back with me.
mm. Hopefully, post-COVID, we'll get to see you again in the Philippines. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
just want to read some more comments from Fran. You're so fresh, Queen Nico. You never get old.
Thank you so much, Fran.
And
Fresh from the rain as well. Girls, this is how you should look like after you got drenched in the rain.
yeah,
Still looking beautiful and fresh.
yeah, and another one from France. So well spoken and lovely, real queen.
Hmm.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah,
Fran.
and finally from Cuban, sure still looks beautiful, amazing look.
Thank you, Cuban.
Yeah, and finally, what's your message to all your fans who've been supporting you ever since you won Miss Earth in 2010?
I want to thank everyone who's been here and everyone who couldn't make it but who's still supporting me. I love you all. And if it wasn't for all of you, I wouldn't be where I am today. It's just the support and the love that I've gotten through the years that's helped me through my journey and helped me overcome so many obstacles. Thank you for supporting me. Mwah. Much love to you all.
Yeah, and thank you again, Nicole, for agreeing to join us on Missosology Beauty Talks. And
Thank you for having me, you and Stephen. This was so amazing to be here. It's
yeah,
so nice
Thank
to
you.
be
and
remembered.
of course, you're always one of the most requested, as I said earlier,
Yeah.
for Missosology Beauty Talks.
And the first from
And
India so far.
yeah, yeah, and the first from India to be
We can
interviewed on
get
Missosology.
history again. Bravo!
Yes. And again, thank you everyone for tuning in to Missosology Beauty Talks, and we hope to see you again in the next episodes. If you want to watch all the previous episodes, you can go to our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. Missosology Beauty Talks is also now on Spotify and Anchor as a podcast. So if you don't want to see our faces and just want to listen to us, that's where you should go. And also, please follow Missosology on all our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So see you
Follow Nicole.
again next time. And also follow Nicole on social media. It's Nicole.Faria9.
No, Nicole
Oh,
Faria 9.
Nicole
Nicole
Faria
Faria
9.
9.
Yes. Sorry.
Oh, for
Yes.
as long as there's a blue check in there, that's her.
Yes. Okay.
Verified page.
Yeah. Thank you
Thanks
again,
for
Nicole. We enjoyed a lot. And
Thank
thank you,
you.
Stephen. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye.